You're what's good, y'all? It's been a little minute. It's your boy Black's back with another one. Sorry if you missed me. Been going for a little while, but you know, here we are again with another episode of, sports talk. A little sports for you. Today we're gonna do a hypothetical. I want to talk about if the Bucks were to meet the Warriors in the finals, who you got? You got the Bucks or you got the Warriors? Yeah, let me know who you got. You got the Bucks, you got the Warriors. I want to do a little breakdown of the lineups so that, give it a little clearer picture to help you decide who you think will win if the Warriors and the Bucks met in the finals. So we're gonna go position for position, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on who I think has the edge in that particular position. And we're gonna try to keep a little count and see who we think probably has the better team. Might surprise you who you think has the better team. So let's start with the Bucks. At center, the Bucks have Brook Lopez. At center, the Warriors have Boogie Cousins. Now, before the injury, Boogie all day over Brook Lopez. But since coming back from the injury, I don't know if it's so clear that Boogie is better than Brook Lopez this season. Will he get back to being better than Brook Lopez? Probably. But Brook Lopez has always been a pretty good player too. 20-point guy. Can't say he's been a double-double machine, but occasionally he gets his double-doubles. He's a fairly good rebounder. He's a great shooter for his position. Great shooter overall. Pretty good scorer. Boogie Cousins, the same thing. He's not as explosive as he was, but still got a jump shot. His three-point shot's pretty good. If I had to edge it, though, I would say Brook Lopez 3 is a little better. And right now I would say Brook Lopez defense is still a little better, simply because his legs are better, Boogie hasn't gotten back to full shape that he used to be in, so defense is a little harder to play when you're out of shape. So right now, if they were to play, in a few weeks, and Boogie just got a little injury, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna play for the finals, but but right now, if they were to make it, but right now if I had to give the edge, I would actually edge it slightly to Brook Lopez right now. We're not talking about career wise, we're talking about right now. I'd slight edge to Brook Lopez. That's just me. It's not a big edge, but slight. You might have Boogie, You can let me know in the comments. We're gonna go to the next position. We're gonna say it has Giannis or Mirotic both as power forwards. I'm not sure exactly who starts at power, but we're gonna say Giannis because the way Giannis has been playing, he's just a monster down low. So right now, I'm pretty sure. He's on the wing too, but Mirotic is a better shooter. So I don't know. It's up to you who you want to put at that position. But I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna put Giannis there right now. Or matter of fact, you know what? For argument's sake, I'm gonna leave it at Mirotic. Actually, I'm gonna put Mirotic at power forward. So we're gonna put Mirotic up against Draymond Green. Who you got there? Me. Right now, Mirotic. I don't even really think it's really much of a debate. Draymond Green is a good player overall, but right now this hasn't been his best season. His jump shot is not falling, and his offensive game is iffy. His defense is good, but it is not what it's been in past seasons to really boost him up there. But his passing is good. His passing is still good. But if I had to edge a player between the two, or not even edge it, if I had to call it, I'm clearly calling Mirotic, so I'm not going to spend too much time on those two. But if you feel differently about Draymond Green in the comments, you could say so too. Again, I don't want to hear too much about his career. We're talking this season. If you can make a case for him this season, then let me know. Next position, I'm going to put Giannis and Kevin Durant. That's why I said instead of putting Giannis at power, I'm going to put him at small just to make, I guess, the argument a little better. Giannis and Durant is a great argument. Now, who do you got? Obviously, Durant got the better jump shot. Flashier handle, Durant. efficiency of usage of handle, which means, I'm just one move right by you. I'm not flashy, too crazy. And at one point, he was playing point guard. So you can't say Giannis, when Jason Kidd was coaching, they had him playing point at a time. So Giannis's handle is pretty efficient. So I don't really know who to edge the handle to. But obviously, the jump shot, Kevin Durant down low in the middle, going to the hole, that's clearly Giannis. Rebounding, clearly Giannis. Defense, Kevin Durant had a really good defensive season last season, and he's having a fairly good one this season, but nothing like Giannis. So I'm gonna say Giannis on defense too. I mean, this season, Giannis is also in the runnings for MVP. When Steph was hurt, it didn't look like Durant could carry the team the way that Steph does when he's healthy. And Durant's hurt, so that's, I guess, somewhat of a knock on Durant. So if I had to edge it this season, again, we ain't talking career, talking this season. Yes, Giannis can't shoot as well, but no one can stop Giannis from going to the hole. No one. There's not a person alive who plays basketball who can stop Giannis from going to the hole. So with that being said, this season, Giannis. So that's... For me, right now, I got the starting lineup already leaned towards Milwaukee. That's 3 out of 5. I already got 3 out of 5. But then we're going to go to the next position. Obviously, we got Klay Thompson. And I'm going to put Chris Middleton because they got him as a starter at shooting guard. I'm going to give that to Klay Thompson. I mean, that's obvious. Chris Middleton's pretty good. He can shoot. But Klay Thompson scored like 60 in a quarter one time. He didn't score 60 in a quarter, but you get it. He scored a lot in a quarter one time. I don't have the exact stat, but y'all know it was a crazy quarter. He's done it more than once, and then he scored probably like something like maybe 40 points with only a few dribbles, stuff like that. So we know Klay Thompson is crazy, and he's starting to go to the hole more too. He's starting to dunk on people. See Klay Thompson out there dunking on them. White boys can't jump is what they say, but clearly Klay Thompson's proof. Oh, you say Klay Thompson's black? Oh, I'm sorry. So Klay got that though. Steph and Eric Bledsoe. You're gonna be surprised with this one. I'm gonna say Steph by a mile. So there really is no surprise. But I mean, Eric Bledsoe pretty good though. There's no disrespect on Eric Bledsoe, but you're talking about Steph Curry, MVP, champion, multiple times, Hall of Famer. If he would have never played another game. One of the greatest, if not the greatest shooter. Actually, the greatest shooter in the history of basketball. So, that's 2 for Golden State in the lineup. But Milwaukee, to me, gets the lineup. So, now we're going to go to the bench. On the bench, Milwaukee's got Pat Connaughton. I like Pat Connaughton. He's a pretty good player. They also have DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo doesn't play that much. I don't know what his time is like right now. Hasn't really lived up to, I guess, what they thought he was going to be so far coming out of college, but, still early in his career. And, he made plays in college when the money was on the line, so who knows if he gets a chance in the playoffs, what he could do. Brogdon is hurt. Who knows if he'll be there? But if the Bucks were to make it to the finals, I think it's a pretty good chance he might be healthy enough. Snell's a good shooter. I like Snell. Could start on some teams. They also have Wilson. I'm not too familiar with some of these other guys on the bench. Colson, not that familiar with him. Wood. I'm just going through the lineup that they have here. If you know some of these players, some of them I don't. They also have Ilyasova. Ilyasova's not too bad. A journeyman, been in the league for a little while. I feel like players like that you can always depend on to be a good veteran and give you some solid minutes. George Hill, obviously, good player. Pau Gasol, obviously another seasoned veteran that could give you good, solid minutes if given the opportunity. So now we're going to go to the bench of the Golden State Warriors, which this season, their bench wasn't what it was in past seasons, but they still got Sean Livingston, who's been a key piece to their bench and to their team over these past few years. They also still have the incomparable. I just threw that in there, right? You like fancy words. Incomparable. Um, Andre Iguodala. They also have Jordan Bell. I like Jordan Bell. He's not that bad. Pretty good player to me. Quinn Cook, Alfonso McKinney, Jonas Jerebko, Damian Jones, Jacob Evans, and a guy named Marcus Derrickson. I've never really heard of him. Now, I mean, if I had to give an edge to the bench, if Brogdon is healthy, I might. Well, yeah, I wouldn't. It's not. I would. That I might. I would edge it to the Bucks. So I think the Bucks have a better lineup, and I think the Bucks actually have a better bench. Now, does that mean I'm saying that the Bucks would beat the Warriors in a 7-game series if they were to meet in the finals? I'm not necessarily saying that, but if you kind of do, like I said, an inventory of the players, go player for player, it may seem like they got a better team. You might think the Warriors have a better team. You might edge their bench. I mean, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. But I think the Bucks have a better team overall. Now, like I said, does that mean they will win? Not necessarily. The Warriors are battle tested. Been to the finals a few times. I mean, Cousins wasn't there. But and they got Bogut. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Bogut. He's about to be added too, so that strengthens their bench a little bit. I'm still not really edging. I don't think Bogut really puts them over the top. I don't like too much of their guard play coming off the bench. I mean, I like Livingston, but he's not what he was to me. He's still a solid player, but and I just edge it a little bit to Milwaukee. But I got to see what Bogut is bringing. I don't really think, though, that he's enough to me to edge it. But now, Steve Kerr and the coaching and the fact that the Warriors seem to be probably, like people say, a little bit bored with the regular season, so they're going to ramp it up in the playoffs. But Giannis is a monster. And I think if Giannis gets that opportunity to make it to the finals, it's going to be surprising what he's going to bring. I really believe that. He had 52 the other night, a career high. And the way Giannis plays compared to the way I believe Steph Curry and even Durant play, it's with a different ferocity. The way that Giannis plays, I believe if it came down to like Milwaukee was up 3-2 somehow in the series against the Warriors, say, they got up 3-2 because they will have home court advantage if they make it to the playoffs against the Warriors. Or they probably will because their record is better at the moment. I believe that Giannis would play with such a ferocity that fear or that timidness that we believe that we've seen from Kevin Durant in the past when things get real tight, or that we believe we see from all jump shooters, that when things get really, really tense, sometimes jump shots don't fall as much. Whereas a guy who's just a monster in the paint can always just dunk on you if he gets that ball deep down in the paint. And so, pause. And so now, if that does happen, I think, like I said, Giannis is going to bring a whole different kind of energy. And it will be very interesting to see if that does happen, whether or not, the Warriors can match his intensity. I know the Warriors are usually the kind of team that blows teams away. Again, pause. They usually, they usually really take it to teams. Again, a little sketchy. But with that being said, if the Warriors really get up 2-0 or something, I think they would, obviously beat Milwaukee. But if it's a competitive series and it gets to a point where it's 3-2 or even 2-3, Warriors up and the Bucks are down, and it's a tight game 6, I think that Giannis will put that fear into the hearts of the Warriors players. Cousins is a good big man, but I don't think defensively right now